Hello friends, welcome to Meals and Minutes with Prim. I'm Prim Character, and today we're going to make a easy, simple meal that you could use for lunch or you could use for dinner. And it is small sliders. And we're using today the multi-cooker, and the multi-cooker can be used for a lot of different things. Today we're going to be using the steamer portion of it. But I want you to know that you can convert it into a rice maker or a pasta maker, and you can use it separately or you can use it all together. So today with the steamer portion of it, we're going to be using the bottom casserole that could be used for the rice maker or for the pasta maker. But this time it's going to be used as the reservoir, and it has the water in it. And so I have the water to the minimum fill line, and it's about a 1/2 inch water. And what's going to happen is the microwaves are going to hit the water and create the steam that's going to go through the colander of this big base. And you can see the colander and the holes here. And this big base is 3 layers of aluminum encased in plastic. And so it blocks the microwaves out, and so it shields it, and it's going to go right to the water, creating the steam that goes through the colander. So this meal is going to be cooked with pure steam. It also have a smaller colander that we'll use later, and this smaller colander, it goes inside the larger colander, so it also allows it to be shielded by the protection that's in the larger colander. We're not going to use that right at this moment, but I'll show you how we're going to use it in just a little bit. And then it has the cover, and this is also shielded, encased in plastic, and it goes on top. And when you put it on top, you want to kind of wiggle it, make sure that it's on top. That way everything's shielded, and the microwaves go directly to the water reservoir. And so let's get started with our sliders. This is an easy meal. You could do some prep, a little prep ahead of time. And even if you have the young ones that come home from school and they need to make something really quickly, you could go ahead and already have your ground beef prepared. And just like I already have my ground beef prepared here, and show them how to make it. And you could even have the patties already pressed out for them. I want to show you the only way that I love to do my hamburger patties, and that's with our hamburger press, because it's so neat and makes it uniform and makes everything cook evenly. And so I have a 1/2 pound of ground beef here, and I separated it so each one is 1/4 pound. And I like to mix my ground beef, and you could season it any way you like. I like to put seasonings in there. Sometimes, depending on what taste, I'll use garlic seasoning. I'll use Creole seasoning, depending on what taste you want for your ground beef. And so I mixed it up with the seasoning. Also, I mixed it up with 1 egg, some Italian breadcrumbs, and I'll put a little barbecue sauce in there because that gives it a little flavor. So you make the flavor the way you like to make the flavor. And so I'm going to press it down, and when you press down with your hamburger press, you want to press and turn, and that's going to even it out. And then when you turn and pull up, you'll see that you have your hamburger patty pressed. And so, of course, we want it thin because it's a slider. And then you just poof it out. Perfect patty here. And I'm going to make 2 patties and put them at the bottom of the colander. So we're just going to put 2 patties down here at the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is chop some onions very fine. Some people like onions, some people don't. I love onions, and it makes them just like those little sliders that you get at the restaurant. And so I'm gonna put that there, and put those onions right on top. So you can see here that you have your 2 patties, And your 2 patties fits perfectly, and I'm just not tilting the water out, but it fits perfectly in that bottom colander. And so now I'm going to chop my onions and put over it, and you can make them as fine, or if you like chunky onions, you could do chunky onions. So I have a quarter of a small onion in my little small supersonic chopper, and you could see that there are 3 blades in this chopper, and when I pull this chopper, it goes around multiple times. And so you're going to see here that when I do a pull, it's going to go multiple times with just one pull. And let me open it here so you can see that it's already starting to chop with just one pull, y'all. But I want it kind of fine. And so when I chop it a few times, you're going to see that it's very, 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 very fine. And so I am going to just put some, and I'm going to grab my spatula here and just put the onions right over the ground beef and kind of even that out. And then all I'm going to do is put it in the microwave for 7 minutes. Some people want it a little more cooked, and so they put it in for 8 minutes. But I find with my microwave, 7 minutes work very well. I'm going to put it in the microwave 7 minutes with the cover on. And then I'll come back and show you our slider. Our timer went off, and now we're ready to see what we have here. And you always want to use your hot pads and see all the steam open away from your face. But while we have that steam, y'all, this is what we're going to do with our top colander. We're going to put our buns inside and let those steam for about 2 to 3 minutes and get those nice and warm. And then I'll show y'all sliders. It's been about 3 minutes, and so we're going to take our top off. We should have some nice warm buns here, and I'm going to move these to the side just to show you that one burger makes about 4 sliders. And so we have our nice toasty onions on top. And you just want to cut the burger. Oh, it's so tender and juicy, y'all. Cut it in 4s. And like I said, depends on the onions that you like, on how much onions you put on top. But I want you to see this beautiful slider. And if you want to put cheese on top, you could put cheese on top as well. You could put cheese on top while it's in the steamer, and that'll melt your cheese a bit. But you just put your little slider inside, and then you could top it off with pickles, mayo, mustard, and pair it with chips or salad, and you have your quick and easy meal in minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you follow me, that you subscribe, so you'll never miss a meal in minutes. See you next time.